He watches that last little bit of action and sees Maryland cut the lead to 4 points here at Cameron Indoor.
You know, every time they jumped out 8 and 10, they made a way of coming back. Take a look at Juan Dixon right here. I love him. One of my favorite players, man. Great change of direction. Hitting that jumper. There's Mr. Nicholas, who watched him every day in practice and learned from him, and is utilizing many of the same kind of maneuvers. There it is, Nicholas having a big-time senior year.
Dick Nicholas was so valuable for this national championship team a year ago. He could come in and play the shooting guard. He could play the point guard. He played outstanding defense, and now he has become a star for Maryland. Andy, it's great to see kids develop like this. I guess we're having a problem with Andy's microphone. We'll get back to him as soon as we can.
Hello. Drew Nicholas has also tried to mirror what Juan Dixon did in terms of the extra effort. He stays after practice and goes even late into the night to do some extra shooting, just like Juan Dixon did.
Andy, that was a regularity with Mr. Dixon. He took his girlfriend here, man. Instead of going to the movies, he had himself a nice, inexpensive date. Took her to the gym and said, feed me the basketball.
Reddick with a long...
He shot that from Chapel Hill! He shot that from Chapel Hill!
12 points for Reddick, his third 3 of the night.
Wasn't that from Chapel Hill, Mike?
Pretty close. Another block. Kaner Medley gets it back. The basket will not count, but he's fouled.
Every time they make that run, JJ with the big trifecta. Oh, that three-point shot is a dagger. It will really hurt. Take a look right here. There's the little handoff like a quarterback. Somebody tell that kid he's about 30 feet away. Maryland been bringing all night long to that stripe, the charity stripe, an area where you win or lose a lot of basketball games.
Kaner Medley with 6 points. Started the last 3 ball games for Gary Williams. A big miss there. The lead is 7.
Use that screen.
Horvath fakes the 3. Tried to draw the foul.
Got into triple threat position where you can pass, you can shoot, or you can drive. Utilize that screen. So you got to come off the screen.
Dante Jones has had a big night. Has this one blocked, but he is fouled.
Most dangerous guy on the floor is the screener, because after he sets the screen, he can either step back or release and go to the goal, depending on what the defense permits.
Garrison committed that foul on him.
Look at the confidence. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. He says, I'm bad, man. I'm bad. I'm New Jersey. I got a lot of game, man. I got game. I got game. I'm going in the crowd.
Jones is 76% free throw shooter this year. Now has 16 points.
Maryland and Duke, what a battle it has become in the ACC. We had a great game here, though, when Carolina was here. That was one heck of a battle. King Raymond, everybody loves Raymond, was sensational that game. Raymond Felton. There's some great young players in this conference. I only wish they all stay in school. All of them. McCann, Bosch, that whole game.
They are loaded. McCall. Calvin McCall, the former quarterback for the Big 3. The lead is cut to 5.
I'll tell you, that's big. Last time another quarterback played up at Syracuse, done pretty well in the big leagues.
McCall has only made 8 3-point shots all year long. Dante Jones. Basket and the foul.
And that's what the senior's supposed to do. You're the leader, man. You demonstrate leadership by making big plays. He's made a big play right there. He's becoming a PTP, Dante Jones. Oh, does he love playing at Cameron? His numbers certainly prove that. 11 for 42 in his last 4 games. 27 for 54 at home.
Jones will go for the 3-point play. Duke moves out to a 7-point margin.
What a difference his last 4 games on the road and his last 4 games at home. You mentioned Diaper Danny's. The kid down at Georgia Tech is incredible.
Chris Bosh.
Oh, man, he's #1 in the league in block shots. He's #2 in rebounding. He's averaging 15 a game. I can't wait to see him next Wednesday. I'm going down to Georgia Tech for the Duke game.
He is as smooth a player as you will ever see, and he's only a freshman. This is Dante Jones trying to lead Duke to a win at home.
Wow. JJ, shoot the rock, baby.
Oh.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is presented by Staples. Get back time. Go to Staples. And in part by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. And Rolling Rock Beer. Grab a rock.
Duke trying to win its 26th straight game at Cameron Indoor. The Blue Devils up by 8 with 6:24 to go in the game. Here is our Reese's game track from Durham, North Carolina. Maryland shooting only 37% tonight. Duke doing the job in rebounding, +8. And Dante Jones has stepped up with 19 points. Taj Holden leading Maryland with 16.
Every time they've got it to 8, somehow Maryland's been able to come back with an answer off a pass of Mr. Blake.
Blake nearly carried that one. Nicholas spins in the lane, draws the foul.
Good job by Nicholas to create the foul opportunity. You know, you mentioned McCall earlier about being a football player. Tony Gonzalez certainly was one down there at California. Julius Peppers and Ronald Curry at Carolina, and certainly Donovan McNabb at Syracuse.
4 fouls on Dante Jones, and Nicholas, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference, who had already missed one, misses another.
I tell you, that was not even close. That was not even close. That looked like mine, man. That looked like mine, Brick City.
No, yours don't get there at all.
Oh, thanks a lot. They're trying to get back at me because I was teasing my guy Fowler, who I love.
Hey, us intramural players got to stick together.
I couldn't even make an intramural team.
That's why I mentioned the free throw.
Look at this.
Approaching 6 minutes.
Change their defense and go to the zone. Go to the zone. Go to a matchup zone right now.
Very rare for either one of these clubs. Better keep an eye on Reddick. They don't.
Oh, does he love a zone? Does he love a zone? They got a foul as well. Down the other end of the floor. Who gets it with the call? Seems to be a little confusion.
If you go to a zone against a shooter, you better get on that guy.
Yeah, you better match up. You got to find the shooter. They should know better and be able to find that shooter. They got Sanders with a foul inside. He kicks it back out. Reddick, a little inside out. It's like great rotation on his shot.
And Sanders called for pushing off underneath. That will send Jamar Smith.
Second time it's been up to 10. Plus 10 right now. I tell you, these Cameron crazies, man, they deserve so much credit for what an edge they give these players at home.
Maryland 16 out of 20 at the line after that miss, but Blake offensive rebound to Smith, and he's fouled on the way in.
What a great look by Blake. Unbelievable looking at him. Just a tremendous job fighting the open man.
Saturday, Bracket Buster Saturday. 1 day, 9 games, matching NCAA tournament hopefuls against each other. The day highlighted by 2 big games, Fresno State against Creighton, and then at midnight on ESPN, Tulsa against Gonzaga.
Kyle Corbin down there with Creighton, a great shooter. Slipping a little bit lately, has not had the big games he had earlier, but certainly a valuable player. Jay Billis will be going down there for that game. That'll be an interesting game with Fresno State.
Sanders will come out. He has 4 fouls, as does Dante Jones. Sheldon Williams picked up his 3rd.
Casey gave him some good minutes in there, especially defensively, rebounding exactly the way Mike Krzyzewski wanted it. He was really concerned about the rebounding prowess of certainly Maryland. He pointed out the rebounding edge they had over Wake Forest.
Jamar Smith hits a pair. It's an 8-point game. Maryland trying to crank up the defensive pressure.
Very tough to trap this club, because if they get open shooters like this guy, very tough to trap them.
Reddick missed that. Maryland continues to win the battle of the boards against a team that's dominated them in that area. Randall Got the jam over Williams.
No, he gets the jam, but what about the creativity of Steve Blake? He just marvels me with his passing ability.
Blake with 8 assists in this game.
Trying to get to that 1,000 assist mark. Only 3 others have ever achieved it. Porciani, Hurley, and Cota.
One reason he might not make it, he has to score more this year.
Nice pass.
Williams blocked from behind by Holden and fouled by Taj Holden.
Sheldon hesitated a little bit right there. Had great inside position. He's starting to get confidence down there in that low post. See right here, there's the good entry. Got to take it up strong. Little hesitation. There's the defense coming over the back. Holden.
Williams has a dozen tonight. He has a double-double plus officially 5 blocks on the night.
He was a big-time recruit, rated very highly by all the gurus, the Bob Gibbons of the world, the Clark Francis, and their recruiting expertise.
Well, Mike Krzyzewski brought in 4 McDonald's All-Americans in this recruiting class.
I just wanted 1 Wendy's when I was coaching, man. Are you kidding me? As a look at Coach K.
You'd have taken a Blimpies.
Oh, I'd have taken anything. I had some good kids, though, down at the track.
68-61, plenty of time left, 4:45 to go.
I tried to get our producer, Kim Belton, but he wouldn't come. He went to Stanford.
Smart. Blake with a bank shot, wouldn't go. Horvath, loose ball rebound.
Now here's where Duhan's got to take charge of the game. You got a +7. You're the leader. You're the catalyst. You're the veteran. You got to orchestrate now. You got to make sure they get high percentage shots. Manage the clock.
It's a high percentage 3. Horvath with a miss. Ewing got his hands on it, couldn't hold it. Here comes Blake.
Look at his eyes. Always up. Always up.
Nice pass ahead to McCauley in his last 3 from that spot.
Are you serious? What a nice pass right there again in transition. Find the open man, goes to the 3-point line.
Calvin McCall in 22 games had only made 8 3-point shots. He's hit 2 here in the second half. The lead's down to 4 again.
And here it is. They make that little run again, created by the Blake's vision. 25 in a row, people at home for the Dukies. And they get to 26. Marquette lost their streak at 28 to Louisville.
Williams, double team. Lost it on the way in, but he was fouled by Randall. 3 on Ryan Randall.
He's got to work, Mike, excuse me, a little bit more on footwork. How to pivot, how to drop step, and that will come. They got coaches there certainly that can teach. When you talk about Wojciechowski and Collins and Dawkins.
You know, it's a marvelous thing for Gary Williams right now. You look at his lineup. He has 5 seniors on the floor. Now, only one of them has been a starter for a long time, and that's Blake. But they know the system. They know what's expected of him, and I think it's a big edge for him.
And it's a winning system. See, there's a difference between playing in a system that's just mediocre. This has been a winning environment. They've been in a winner's locker room. I believe the same thing happened with Danny Miller leaving Maryland, has taken that winning mentality to the Notre Dame locker room.
He's really helped them. Williams 1 out of 3 from the line. Missed them both there. Big free throws.
Yeah, we talk about it when you get down to winning time like this. It's a must to convert on that line. Little 2-man game here, Blake and Holden.
Ewing against Nicholas. He has done a pretty good defensive job against him. Randall, good head fake. Got in the lane in the basket, and Gary Williams wants a timeout. And calls a 30 as his team has clawed back to within 2 points.
And created again by Blake. You can see that Blake does not allow his crowd to intimidate him, affect him in any way. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes up. Come on, Mr. Randall, get out of the way. I want to show his eyes. There he is to McCall. The quarterback shows he can shoot the J from the wing. That's the second one he knocked down. Now we're going to watch Blake. Look at his eyes again. Look at his eyes. There he is to Randall. Now Randall's going to finish in the 3-second area. Good head fake. Goes up strong and converts.
One of the single smartest and best plays I ever saw in college basketball was this kid stripping the ball from Jason Williams when Duke was trying to run out the clock. Williams turned his head, and Steve Blake went after it, made the steal, and made the layup. It was just a brilliantly premeditated move on him.
And also, when he fouled out in the last minute with a +10, they lost.
SportsCenter follows our broadcast. We have a 2-point game at Cameron Indoor. 2 heavyweights going at each other.
High post screen.
And as opposed to Mike Tyson, both promised to show up.
Oh, yeah, forget about Tyson. I don't want to mention his name, Tyson. Get him out of here.
Reddick leans in, can't hit it. Offensive rebound, Dante Jones. Mike Krzyzewski wants him outside for a fresh 35.
Good timeout.
And then he wants a timeout.
You know who's nervous right now? Scott Van Pelt, our anchor. He's in there. I know he's hiding in some room. He's a Maryland guy. He's a Maryland graduate. He's a nervous wreck. Scotty!
Thursday night hockey on ESPN brings you great action tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. Some of you will see Peter Forsberg and the Avalanche against Mario Lemieux in Pittsburgh. Lemieux leads the NHL with 75 points, even though he's missed 11 games this year. The rest of you will see the Kings take on the Flyers. Check your local listing. Scott Van Pelt can't be nervous. He can make a 15-foot putt. If you can do that, you don't get nervous, which is something I know you can't do.
Oh, I can't do that, man. I can make a 2-foot putt. But I know one thing. Duke's got to be happy with Sheldon Williams' development and the big game against Virginia. Hey, Virginia, what about a salute to Larry Shyatt? I mean, great win by Clemson. Edward Scott doing a phenomenal job. And if you're picking all ACC, Mike, you got to include the name Scott.
Edward Scott is a tremendous player.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Steve Blake is actually working on a triple-double tonight. 12 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds.
And really playing tough defensively. They got a mismatch inside.
He's trying to front Dante Jones.
Yeah, they got a mismatch here. Try to use the screen. She's trying to post him on the inside. Dante wants to post him. Look at Blake fronting him. What a great job of fronting him. What a terrific job by Blake.
Shot clock is down to 8. Duhon tries to get it into Dante Jones. The runner won't go. Williams, offensive rebound. Bodies fly. Williams again. Offensive rebound. Blake stripped it. Duke gets it back, and Dante Jones is fouled.
What tenacity. What unbelievable hustle and scrapping and clawing in that 3-second area. See, Williams got to really work on his footwork. Should jump a rope. Look at Blake right now. Look at him. He's not only playing offensively. Look at him deny. Look at you kids out there. He's beating him to the spot. Whoa, you man. He said, I'm not going to let you touch the rock, baby. I'm going to beat you to the spot. Look at him right there. Unbelievable. Beats him to the spot. Great job. Just like Fowler, man. He always beats me to the microphone. He never lets me have it when I'm in the studio.
Yeah, getting a microphone's always been a problem for you. Dante Jones hits a free throw, 4 out of 6.
Somebody said to me today, when you're 70 and doing games, you gonna let the kids pass you up? I said, why not?
At 70, what do you have to lose?
Well, this big now, we go down to the free throw line. Takes this, it's a 2-possession game.
Credit Sheldon Williams for that rebounding advantage. You saw in that last possession, he will just not quit inside. 70-66 Duke. 70-66 Duke over Maryland. 2:17 to go in the game. How about shooting the rock with Rolling Rock? Duke 4th in the NCAA, averaging 84 points a game. They have 70 right now. Maryland also a high-scoring team. They've been held to 66.
Is anybody going to beat them on this floor? I mean, it's incredible. This is one club that has challenged them right down to the last second.
Blake has been sensational.
Every time they needed a play, he has made the play.
That time he's going to get a turnover.
It goes the other way. Oh, Gary wanted a deflection. The other way. That's the first bad play he's made in a long time. Time
now a factor. 2:06 to go. Duke has led by as many as 10. Maryland has cut it to 2, but they haven't been able to get any closer in the second half.
Duke would like to get Reddick on that free throw line. They'd like to get him on that line. Spread in the court, going to their foul line extended offense, trying to release people.
Duke is so good at this because they handle the ball so well.
Whatever to the coach's box, it doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't exist. Shot clock at 8.
High post screen by Williams.
Reddick kicks it outside. Ewing open for 3.
What an unselfish play. Oh, was that a big one, baby? They are celebrating. That was a monster 3. A monster 3.
J.J. Reddick had enough presence of mind not to panic and shoot the ball, know where Ewing was, and hit him with the shot clock running out.
There's a great pass by Redick. The diaper dandy finds the open Ewing. Ewing delivers nothing but nylon from out of Houston, Texas.
Dick, you know young players will tend to panic in big games and tough situations. But the freshmen for both of these teams, not your normal freshmen.
No, but they played so many games over the summer. Take a look at some of the great freshmen in the conference. J.J. Redick. What about Raymond, man? Are you kidding me? Mr. Felton, everybody loves Raymond. What about Mr. McCants and his quick backdoor cuts? And then what about the smooth Mr. Bosch? Oh, is he special? They got a couple special ones down at Wake Forest. Williams and Justin Gray. Nice pass.
Randall, nice pass to Taj Holden on the baseline. And Taj Holden with a career-high 18 points.
Who would you take as your freshman of the year?
I've got to go with Felton. I think he has made a tremendous impact.
I like
the other ones.
I would go with Bosch, though. I love Felton, but Bosch, to me, is a kind of jump ball situation here.
McCall, nice job coming from behind for the double team. And here is where that silly alternate possession rule comes in. They need the ball, they trap, they tie it up, and Duke gets the ball back. I think it's so crazy.
I think that rule is ridiculous. We've been preaching about that. The reason I go with Bosch,
apparently nobody listens.
I know, he goes 15 a game, #1 in the league in block shots, #2 in rebounding. I agree with you, man. I would think all night because I love Felton.
Ewing on the inbound, knocked away by Drew Nicholas.
1 minute.
Plenty of time, yeah. You got 2-possession game. You don't need the 3 quickly. You got to attack the basket.
Nicholas wants the ball. Blake takes it down the lane. McCall is at 2 big threes. Missed that. Randall blocked from behind. Got it back and put it in again.
What a great second effort by Randall. One of the most improved players in America. But again, created by the penetration of Blake. Smart play. Attack the basket. You don't need the 3. Plenty of time on that clock.
Randall hasn't made many plays throughout the game, but that was as big as any play in this game.
I'm saving $160 a night at this 4-star.
Duke with the lead, 73-70 over Maryland. 43.3 seconds to go from Cameron Indoor. Here's why this game is so big. If Duke wins, they would tie Maryland in the loss column of the ACC with 4 losses. Wake Forest would go back on top all by themselves and create a 3-way tie for second with North Carolina State in there.
Well, they got a tough game coming up tomorrow night on the road against Georgia Tech, who's been unblemished down there. Poor Hewitt's young kids. Jared Jack in the backcourt, a freshman.
Paul Hewitt has put together a pretty good ball club. Well, speaking of good recruiting,
he's got some good young players. Paul's really a heck of a leader. They just got to learn how to win away from home. Something the Duke kids have got to find out. Look at this crowd, though. I mean, come on now. You wouldn't want to play in an environment like that? Listen to this crowd.
Duke cannot hold it for the last shot. There is an 8.3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Here comes full court pressure. They're going to try to steal. Obviously, Duke somehow is going to go to that free throw line. Trying to take you to a trapping area. Spread the court. Good spacing by Duke.
What do you do if you're Maryland?
You got to go out after the basketball.
You want him to foul?
Right here. You got to spread the court. Wow. Great job right there. Spreading the court.
If Duke scores it all, it's a 2-possession game. And it's not going to be time left.
Well, you got to go out and stop the clock, right? You got to stop the clock.
They're going to try to do it on defense. Shot clock is down to 8.
They don't want to foul now, though.
Ewing. Taj Holden. Good defense inside. Maryland can tie with a 3.
Blake's looking to get that 3-point opportunity.
Nearly lost the ball. Has to force it off balance. Redick has the rebound. Less than a second to go, and he's fouled. Blake tried to take it on himself. Nicholas wanted the ball. Nicholas was calling for it, and Blake double team couldn't find him.
Couldn't find him at all. The double team was suffocating. Never had any opportunity. Look at the clock winding there. Now look at Blake. Nicholas wants the rock, but we're going to see it double up. He wants the ball back out here behind the circle, but he doesn't see him.
When Nicholas circled behind him, I thought that's when Blake was going to give it up, but he has become such a good shooter. His percentage is actually better from the outside than Drew Nicholas is.
You think Gary's worked a little bit on that sideline? He did not see Nicholas. That was the one time he missed him. You're a trail guy. You got to communicate on behind. Wow, they allowed a lot of time off that clock at the end.
Redick, who missed one free throw earlier, that came in as the nation's best free throw shooter. He has 16 points, 12 in the second half.
You got to credit the way Duke executed in that situation. The way they spread the court, their spacing was outstanding. 26 in a row, and they got a little revenge for the first time when they were beaten severely at the Comcast Center. That's two intense battlers, man. Played a great game. Look at these two intense guys, Williams and Krzyzewski.
Duke have lost 3 out of 4 at home against the University of Maryland, but not tonight. The final score is 75-70. Our final score, this has been a presentation of ESPN. For Dick Vitale and Andy Katz, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks to watch, everybody. We'll be back with an interview later. Right now, we go to Dan Patrick and Linda Cohn with Sports Center.